Continuing the conversation with the Riverside Vikings Football Team in studio, John Mendola Show. Thanks so much for joining us. I hope you enjoy your Labor Day weekend as we get back to the head coach, Harry Armstrong. Coach Diego Rojas is one of those players for you that he could be a splash player. He can do a little bit of everything for you. Talk a little bit about his talents.
Well, Diego's doing a phenomenal job for us. Again, another two-way player and plays a lot of special teams. Barely comes off the field. He's in excellent condition, doesn't get tired, just playing hard every snap. And I know those are some of the things that matter most. His effort has been through the roof. Hasn't had the chance for early on to get some of the big stats like the other guys, but that's going to happen. Those things are going to roll forward and go as they need to be. But in the meantime, his leadership has been on point as well. Very physical blocker in our run game, too, and in our screen game. We rely a lot on our receivers, not just to catch the pass, but to block on the perimeter for some of our short passes. And defensively, he's been stepping up a lot, too, this year, so he's doing a great job.
Let's welcome in Diego Rojas here on the John Mendola Show. Diego, as Coach mentioned, you get one guy could get 4 or 5 touchdowns one game. The next week it could be 2 or 3 for you or somebody. Talk about the ability for Johnny to have different weapons on this team. Who are some of those weapons here for the Vikings?
I mean, when having a quarterback like Johnny, obviously he's the best quarterback in the league, in my opinion. And with the talent we have across the board, I mean, probably one of the best receiving core in the league also. Christian, Roz, Jay, Alex, we have so much talent that it's insane. Sean Torres also.
The depth up front could be a little tight. You know, you guys don't have a lot of depth. You're a smaller school, so you're hoping guys will stay healthy. Talk a little bit about, just being able in the receiving core. If a guy goes down, somebody's got to step up, but you feel like you have that ability. Work ethic-wise for you, what were some things that you worked on in the offseason? What did Coach say, hey, I need you to be a better route runner. You need to catch more consistently. What are some of those things that Coach kind of honed in on you?
I mean, Coach, he focused on ball skills. He wanted me to focus on my ball skills, some deep ball tracking, and obviously getting conditioned is one of the main goals, though.
Talk about that conditioning, being able, as Coach said, you're not coming off the field. What were things that you worked on to stay in top condition?
I mean, just like our fast pace, like our fast tempo offense, like that really helps us a lot. We don't really run like that much in practice, besides when we have to, but just no huddle all the time in practice, that helps us a lot in conditioning.
All right, Diego. Well, hope you have a positive season, all right?
Thank you.
All right, Diego Rojas here on the John Mendola Show. Coach, one more guy to get to, Alex Jaworski. Let's talk a little bit about Alex's talents.
Well, Alex is another multi-talented player for us and brings a lot of diversity to the table at the running back position. Just last night, I think he had one of the best overall games one of our backs has had from a standpoint of running with physicality, being a threat out of the backfield to catch the screen passes, and doing a great job on our pass protection, getting some blitz pickups. And every once in a while, our guys up front, they'll miss a block or two, and he's there to clean up the mess, and he's done a good job with that. That's something that was missing from us last year in our offense, and to have a guy like that setting the tone there was great. Defensively, he's running our huddle on defense, calling our fronts, making sure everybody's set up in the right place. Again, another super smart player for us, student of the game, and he's playing the game the way it's meant to be played. He's playing hard, rarely comes off the field as well as on special teams. And, you can see this is a common tone with a lot of our guys that they're out there. We're a smaller school, and we lack some of that depth, so it puts a lot on their plate. And, with Alex and the rest of our guys, our strength and conditioning has been really good. Like Diego said, we don't run much in practice, but we still lift 4 and 5 times a week. We lifted 4 times in a game week. We lifted 3 times a week during camp and double sessions. All summer long, we were going 4 and 5 days a week too, and that adds up, and it's helping keeping us healthy. And Josh has been one of those guys for us that's been there setting the tone with that and working hard.
Great point. Some teams maybe get down to 1 day a week with lifting during the season. You guys still able to do that. Impressive. Alex Jaworski, welcome into the show today. Talk about your leadership qualities you have there at Riverside.
Just being there, helping the guys, picking them up when they're down, keeping them up, always telling them to stay positive. It just feels great. It's always great to have positive energy around. Coach Armstrong, he definitely always pushes us and, telling us, game day should be just like practice for us, and they are. Friday nights are our paydays, and it feels great to, come off the game field with a W.
We mentioned a lot of guys so far this morning, but there's probably a handful of guys that might not be in studio with us that are, working hard behind the scenes and maybe not getting as much credit. Do you have a guy, 2 or 3 that you can name there at Riverside that you're proud of, or you've seen them really develop here in the first few weeks of the season?
Definitely Gavin Williams. He's definitely a first-year player. He's improved so much from first week of doubles to now. You wouldn't believe that. he'd be the same kid he is now. He's really pushed himself. Noah Parchinsky for sure. He's definitely stepping up as a sophomore this year, really filling in some key roles on defense and offense. And John Greenfield, weight room, on field, off field, you can rely on this kid every time, no matter what. He's there for you.
Alex Jaworski, great to catch up with you. Continued success out there on the field.
Thank you.
All right, Alex Jaworski, the Riverside Vikings head coach Harry Armstrong. Next week, another test for Riverside. They are 2-0. We'll see what the Vikings are able to do. Well, when we come back, we're going to talk Wallenpaupack football, tell you some more places to pick up our magazine, which are, again, any McCarthy Tire location, Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Kingston, and Hazleton. Want to thank our State Farm friends. Also, you could grab a copy for Dallas. You can head out to our friends at the Overbrook Restaurant, Melissa Walter State Farm, and we mentioned the Athletic Republic a little bit earlier. So some of those people in the Back Mountain, you could get a copy of our magazine. For Dunmore Candy Kitchen, also a location. They got 2 locations, one on Davis Street and one in Dunmore. And Jen Rickey State Farm located right there in Dunmore as well. We come back, try to talk a little bit more football. Let's head out now to our local State Farm insurance agent, Frank Sorokatch. Break like a good neighbor. Frank Sorokatch is there. We'll be back at WILK.